Good morning, everyone. It's Lily here, and I am back for another episode of Coach's Corner. And today I'm going to talk about why we need to all do things that scare us. So, in my coaching practice, I see a lot of people with tons of potential, tons of goals, and all of these things that they really want to do, but they haven't taken the first step. Because usually that first step is really scary, kind of ties back to what I was talking about earlier. Reason why we need to do scary things, because we have to think about why is it that thing that we want to do. For example, I was working with someone yesterday, and it was her dream to start a all-girls group, and she saw herself standing on stage, dancing in front of all of these people and spreading a really positive message, but she did not take the first step. The first step is to actually form the girls group. And even taking a step back is contacting people that she wants in that all-girls group. And it's something that she's been wanting to do for a long time. She hasn't spoken to these girls in about 10 years. And she was on the call with me. I was like, well, you know what? You got to do it. She's like, what do you mean right now? It's like, yeah, right now. You got to do it right now. And in all my coaching sessions, I make sure that I get people to do at least one scary thing during the session. And I'll explain to you guys in a bit why that is. But I want to continue on with my story with this woman. So she did. She summed up enough courage and energy and boldness inside of her to make that call. And then she was feeling really great. She's like, oh my God, I feel so nervous. I'm feeling in the pit of my stomach. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. What if they pick up? What if they don't pick up? What's going to happen? And the person did not pick up. And immediately I intervened. I said, well, leave a message. And the voicemail was full. So she wasn't even able to leave the voicemail. But we celebrated either way. The reason for that is it's not because of the outcome. It's not because whether or not she has a conversation with her. It's not because of if she could leave a message there. The win was the fact that she actually did something that scared her. She did something that she was afraid to do for so many years, and she finally did it. So we celebrated for that. And that's what triggered her to go out there and do other things later on. I think there's always something in our lives that scare us. And I think the reason why it scares us is because there's high stakes involved. It's a high stakes situation because we're concerned of judgment. We're concerned about the outcome. We're concerned about how things might end up being. And maybe for you, you don't even know what it is that scares you because we are so good at rationalizing, where our brains are so good at tricking us that we don't need to do the scary things. We need to just stay in our comfort zone and keep everything safe because our brain is trying to protect us from dangerous things. Our brain is telling us, like, if you do this thing, you may die. The truth is, you're not going to die if you make a phone call to someone. It's not going to happen. Very, very rarely that might happen, but most of the time it won't. So my suggestion for people who feel like, because I also see that in my coaching sessions as well, is they don't even know what it is that they need to do. So I go back into the most basic and the most fundamental of anything. Don't rationalize. Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. If you want to take some sort of action and you're feeling it in your stomach, you're feeling like this weird bubbling in your stomach, or you're feeling a little bit red, your heart's beating fast, it's pointing towards something very important. It's pointing towards something that could potentially threaten your well-being, that it could put you at danger. That's what our nervous system is telling us. So when you feel that, you really need to go out there and do that thing. And again, do not tie your self-esteem and your self-worth to the outcome. Tie it to the fact that you did that. You took that first step. I'm going to use myself as an example. So years ago, I don't know, 15 years ago, maybe even longer, I used to get so nervous to even say my name in public. I would be sitting in a circle. I worked in the corporate world, so we always have to do our rounds and all of that. And And then as it came down to me, I would get so uncomfortable. My stomach would turn to just say my name out loud. And that was crazy. It's just my name. It's not a big deal, because I think what happened was there was high stakes. I was concerned that I was around these people that I wanted to impress. I didn't want to lose my job. I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want to say the wrong things. And instead of really standing proudly and saying my name out loud, hey, I'm Lily, this is what I do, I would kind of be a little bit cowardly, and I wouldn't say my name properly, and I would make a totally terrible impression, because that's not who I am. I'm not, I don't even know what the word is. Like, cowardly is the one that comes to mind. So I had to go out there and do scary things. And the first scary thing that I did was to sign up for my first dance class ever. I was 23 years old. I wanted to overcome my fear of being shy and being afraid of being judged. And what's a better way to tackle that scary thing is to enter a room full of strangers doing something that I have never done before. And I had to introduce myself to them. And I didn't know what was going to come out of it. I was very proud of myself that I did it. Now, the outcome from that first dance class wasn't that great. I didn't become a professional dancer. I didn't overcome, my awkwardness and movement, but that wasn't the point of it. The point of it was I took the first step to take that dance class. Now I have the confidence to go out there and do other things. And eventually I became a professional dancer. I danced on stage in front of thousands of people. And I even became a dance instructor 4 years ago, where I get to be the one teaching people and guiding people through their fear of dance time. So that's the thing. If there's something that is making your stomach turn and you're thinking about it, and it's probably pointing towards the very important thing that you need to do, and you need to do that right away. And maybe it's a huge, massive thing that you need to do. Chunk it down. Think about what the first step is and do it right away. I am actually going to challenge all of you guys to do that. If there's something that you need to do, you need to do it right away after this video, if you can, or within the next 24 hours. It's going to be so important. It's going to feel great, and it's going to expand your limitations. It's going to expand your comfort zone a lot more. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to go head over to the chat. So if you guys have any questions, please leave it in the chat. So I'm going to come and say hello to all of you beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's see who we got in the live chat. Ooh, look at all of these beautiful people. Okay, I got a special shout out for Akil. Hello, Akil. Who else do we got in the shout out? Guys, I'm still trying to get used to this double window thing. So please pardon my fear. Not fear, I was looking at fear. Please pardon my clunkiness and awkwardness. Okay, so Akil, hello. Bo from 4 Minute Master, happy morning. That came out weird. But yeah, happy morning over there in England. Hopefully everything is going awesome with you. Akil again. We got Tracy. Hello, Tracy. Thank you so much for joining us. Positive Vibes and John Rotundo. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. I got some comments going on in the chat. I want to read it out loud for you guys. So Akil is saying, it's like, if something wrong happens to someone doing that, what if the same thing happens to me? This is the reason why they scared to do. Oh yeah, of course, because you're concerned that someone did something and now they had the rejection or whatever it is, and you were like, well, I don't want to be the crazy fool to do that. But again, it goes back to the point that I mentioned earlier, that self-esteem and your self-worth to the outcome. Because going back to what I said about yesterday, usually the first step that you do is a pretty horrific one. And it's not going to be great. It's going to suck. It's going to be the worst thing that you ever do. But that's okay. The point of this is to really take the step towards something important in your life. It's not the outcome. So once you get into that mentality, you're going to be just fine, Akil. Okay, 7. All right, Bo from 4 Minute Master, what is he saying? Fear, false evidence appearing real. Exactly, that is so incredibly true. I was listening to someone, Kyle Cease. Yeah, Kyle Cease, who's a speaker, and was a comedian and an actor, I think. And he was talking about fear. And he says, fear is like us drawing a picture of a monster and then putting it on our bedroom wall. And every single morning we wake up and we look at it, it's like, oh my God, this is so scary. But the truth is, we put it there in the first place and we forgot we put it there, and we continuously to scare ourselves. So that's what fear is. So thank you both for mentioning that. That is really awesome. Okay, what else we got? For Akil is saying, for me, it's the family which will undergo all of the odds and something goes wrong. The family. I think you're concerned about your family's approval. Family is tricky. My family is very different from me. Sometimes I feel like I was dropped on the earth by alien ships because I am so incredibly different from the rest of my family. But I think with family, what it is if there's a lot of care and understanding, is really communicating what it is that you're trying to do. And if they still don't understand it, that's okay. It doesn't, again, your self-esteem does not have to be tied to people's validation and approval of you, but you also don't have to be rude about anything. So try to find the balance. And I'm always a little bit more sensitive when it comes to family because my family is incredibly important to me. And I know a lot of people, family is also very important. So try to find a way to balance both things out without compromising yourself. Is saying hi. Okay, so Tracy's saying, I know the feeling you get afterwards is incredible, but the anxiety can be crippling. Yes, exactly. That is true. So I am the kind of person that I don't want to over-intellectualize anything. Even saying that word was over-intellectualizing it. If you feel like the anxiety is crippling, you have to do it. When I feel there's something in the pit of my stomach kind of boiling up, I have to do it in that moment and actually summon it as courage, as excitement, as something to like really move forward and do something incredible with my life. So yeah, Tracy, stop with the anxiety. Don't worry. You're gonna be just fine. Okay. And we have H-Top Skills. Hello, Varun. Alves says, hello, Lily. Well, guys, I think it's a little bit past 9 now. I'm going to go to work and get on some of my filming as well. And thank you so much for joining me in this new series that I'm doing on my channel. And I do want to let you guys know that whatever it is that you think is so scary, once you do it, you're going to look back and you're going to think to yourself, wow, why did I wait so long? Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be some crazy, incredible, world-changing mission, or it is. Doesn't matter. It could be you asking someone out, telling them how you feel about them. And it's scary because you're concerned that you may get rejected. But you know what? Again, don't tie it to the outcome. Don't tie it to the fact that they're going to say yes to you. Tie it to the fact that you have the courage to do something. So guys, I am going to challenge each and every one of you in the chat and the people who are watching this later on in replay. Today is the day. Do something that scares you. Okay? It's all about bringing your dreams into reality, and we could only get there by taking action towards it. So go out there, do something scary, and make things real for yourself. Have an awesome day, my beautiful people, and always remember to be extraordinary. Bye-bye, guys. Now, this is the awkward moment when I don't know how to shut this off. Okay, I found the end broadcast. Bye-bye.